Hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Julie.
I'm Kathleen.
So if you've been listening to our podcast, maybe you've...
Wondered what we look like?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, maybe they checked out our cooking ones, but I don't remember if we actually introduced ourselves.
I think maybe we were just making the assumption that people knew who we were.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So we are recording this little impromptu video because it's
Today,
the 19th of September, which is the 14th anniversary of How I Met Your Mother, of officially premiering on... What channel was it on? ABC or CBS?
I watched it on Netflix.
This is Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix? It was on Netflix for several years. Like,
wow.
During the last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how I was too. I never actually watched it live. Mm-mm. So we just wanted to basically say...
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. So I sometimes wonder if the creators, Craig Thomas and Carter Bays, knew that 14 years later people would still be freaking out. So if you weren't aware, in June or July of this year, they went to New York and did a fundraiser special at the bar that inspired McLaren's. And there was music, and Josh Radnor
was there.
And Christine Milioti, who played the mom, got up on stage and sang "I Would Walk 500 Miles" with everybody, which was super cute. And I think they had Victoria there and like a couple other people. I'm trying to remember the actress who plays Victoria.
Cute little...
Oh, yeah, she really is.
I love her.
Yeah. I love her, but not Victoria. But we'll talk about that later. So we are about to wrap up season 2 of our podcast.
Yeah, sorry.
And that's end of season 2 of both of our shows. So I sometimes wish that I'd watched it on air.
I kind of do too. I mean, it took me a while to get into it. And so I think that was kind of like, the big hesitation. I wish I wouldn't have been so resistant. Yeah. And resistance not really the right word. I just didn't do it. I thought I had better things to do.
I feel like, well, and in 2008, 9, and 10, I went back to school.
Right.
So I was in college full-time and working full-time. Mm-hmm. And then at one point taking 22 credits and working part-time. So I was tired and was like binging Glee because I could ignore what was actually happening and just listen to the music. Mm-hmm. I work really well with music in the background. But on the other hand, I kind of love that I picked up Him Yum when it was like Netflix and Hulu.
And it was still pretty relevant.
Yes.
Yeah.
And being able to binge it.
Oh, yeah.
Because then I was like, what happens? And I had heard some people say, the last season, and they were upset about this, and they were upset about that. And I'm just kind of like, well, I'm not going to, I didn't read anything.
I'm not reading anything. I'm going to wait. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to process it all.
Yes. So, and I really turned out that I really liked it.
Oh, man, I liked it a lot.
I know. I love the show. So, if you have a favorite Him Yum moment from all 9 seasons, drop it in the comments. Come talk to us on social media. On Twitter, we are at HIMY Friends Pod.
And on Instagram, we are How I Met Your Friends Pod.
Yep, all spelled out. And then our email is howImetYourFriendsPod@gmail.com. And if you are a podcast addict like the rest of us, whether you listen on Spotify or iTunes or Podcast Addict, that's actually the app we both use. I know that there's several others.
There are lots.
There's so many.
Or just, I don't know. Apple apparently has its own podcast app.
Oh, yeah.
Just directly.
And you can watch it on desktops listen to it. But, rate and review us because that's how other people find our podcast and come and learn the joy that is How I Met Your Mother. Well, and the whole thing, How I Met Your Friends. But we like that more people might be tuning in who never have.
Right.
Did you say there was a friend of yours that she hadn't watched Friends?
She never watched Friends.
How I Met Your Mother.
Right.
Okay.
No, she's watched How I Met Your Mother, and she just started for the very first time.
That's so funny.
I know. Just regular Friends.
Well, and then I think our friend in Sweden had never seen How I Met Your Mother. She was the opposite, or she hadn't watched it as many times.
Yeah, she hadn't watched it. She hasn't watched it as many times, but she loves both shows.
Right.
So
anyway,
That's all we got.
Yeah, we're just going to say a thank you to
anniversary.
Yeah, Carter and Craig and everybody who still loves it and who listens to us and who we like to listen to as well. So, I guess that's it. Bye!
Bye!